Good morning, internet friends. This is how my day started out, and I hope your day starts out equally as pleasant. Every time I get in the car to go anywhere in Savannah, I'm reminded how beautiful it is with these live oak lined roads or the views overlooking water. It's just gorgeous, and I just thought I would share a little bit of that with you this morning. Hope you have a great day. Hey Internet, Chad with Just Ed Wood again. Today I want to build a little storage area, storage wall I guess, in our new old house down here in Savannah in order to have some tools readily available to grab at when needed and not have to go through all of these boxes we haven't even unpacked yet. So in order to do so, I'm going to add a little bit of pegboard to this wall behind me. So what I have alluded to in my last video, if you saw that, I have this wall here, it's a utility room off the garage, and it's a little breezeway here. There's a door to the backyard, and so there's this little breezeway, and it has a little bit of depth here. So what my hope is that with the depth of the trim and the couple inches behind it, that when I mount pegboard to the wall, it won't stick out so far that whatever I hang on the wall won't crowd this doorway too bad. Now, if you've seen any of my prior videos, you know I'm not the biggest fan of pegboard. I am a fan of slat wall, and I did a bunch of experiments on what pegboard products and what baskets and what works with slat wall. So I hope this is temporary-ish, but in the meanwhile, this will let me grab at some tools to do some household DIYs and some updating without having to dig through all these unpacked boxes. What I've done is I've just got regular old pegboard from the home center. This is, I think, 3/16 pegboard is the thickest I could find it readily available at the home center. Painted it black because I had some black chalkboard paint left. And I thought if I need to, I can even do chalk outline around whatever tool belongs on whatever hook. Maybe clean it up, make it look organized. And if you're familiar with pegboard, you may not be familiar with pegboard. There's a wide assortment of various hooks. And I actually have an old box from when I had pegboard about 3 houses ago. And I hung on to the hooks for some reason. But if you don't know, if you mount pegboard directly to the wall, you won't be able to get your hook in the hole. The pegboard needs a little bit of space behind it in order to get the hook mounted into the hole. So if you put it up against the wall, it won't fit. If you have a gap behind it, it will fit. As you can see, what happens here when you insert the hook into the hole is it sticks out in the back just a little bit, and then it swings around as you hang the hook. So in order to achieve this space behind the pegboard off the wall, I bought these really inexpensive 1x2 slats. 1x2, it's really junk whitewood lumber from the home center, and I'm going to mount it on the wall around the perimeter, and I'm going to mount one down the middle here where the two boards line up. I have gone ahead and cut, these were 4x8 sheets of pegboard. I've gone ahead and cut them down to the right width of the wall here. Now I'm going to go ahead and mount my backer board to get the pegboard off the wall. I'm going to use my trim nailer, 15 gauge nails, just to hold it in place until I can screw it. And I'm going to use these Deckmate 2.5-inch screws to mount them to the studs behind the drywall. Those Deckmate screws are probably a little overkill, but it's what I have available. Okay, Mr. Fisher, Jay Bates, other creators who work or used to work in tiny, small, cramped spaces. How do you get such fantastic camera shots? I don't know how y'all do it. Hats off. Your videos look great. Love following you guys. All right, anyway, first step, and apologies for the wonky audio, everybody. One of these days, I'm going to unpack my microphones and discover where they're located and where they've been hiding. Moving is so awesome, isn't it? First thing we're going to do is mark the stud locations. Now, anytime you're mounting anything to the wall, of course you want a solid mount because God only knows how much weight I'm going to hang on this pegboard, so you definitely want it solid so nothing falls off when I overweight this thing and hang way too many tools on it. But besides that, you want to take a moment and consider what's in that wall that you're going to be putting screws into. This particular wall happens to back up to the laundry room, so there's a washer, a dryer, there's cabinets on the wall, so we know there's water, we know there's voltage, we know there's dryer vents. So you want to pay particular attention to what's in the wall and make sure you only hit the studs with your screws, or you could have a catastrophic accident on your hands. Great. The perils of DIY, I guess. Be careful. Anyway, all I'm doing is marking out where, after I mark the studs, I'm marking out where the boards are going to go. All of these are pre-cut to rough dimensions so that I can just sort of hold them up into place, do a dry fit. I've already marked where they're going to go on the wall, and then we can just start nailing them to the wall. And after I get everything nailed to the wall, I'm just going to go ahead and pre-drill everything before sinking the screws into the studs, because this is pretty cheap white wood. It's pretty soft. I don't want it to split, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill everything and then screw it all to the studs before hanging the pegboard. The joys of DIY. Can't think of everything, I guess. Just a friendly reminder, if your pegboard comes from a big box store and has stickers on the back side with pricing and barcode info, you're going to want to remove that before you hang the pegboard, or it will be visible from the front. Thanks for watching. Done. Let's see if we can have a look. All right, so the good news is it went on just fine. I'm going to add a little thin frame, thin trim to add sort of a little framed look up here. Should be fine. And I don't think I'm crowding the doorway when I walk in. There's plenty of room to hang a few things a few inches deep on the wall without crowding. I'm not typically a big fan of pegboard or French cleat walls, but after using this for a few days and hanging up a few tools, this is super ideal. It was inexpensive. It went up in under a couple of hours. Regardless of what system you use, having the tools you use the most at your fingertips is crucial. This is working out great. 10 for 10 would do it again. Hope you enjoyed it and hope it gives you some ideas. Thanks.